For Russia, it's important that Europe is strong. We don't need weak partners. We need strong partners to go forward and provide for a better future, both for Russia and European peoples. The British, the decision to leave Europe, made Europe a little bit weaker. At this point, the whole process of getting away from Europe is a difficult one and creates more uncertainty than point A and point B. Strong politics makes Europe really a big player in the international landscape, and individual countries cannot affect international politics in the same way the united Europe can do.
There was a narrative during the campaign in Britain that Russia wanted Britain to leave the EU, that Mr. Putin wants disunity, that if Britain leaves, the case for sanctions against Russia is weakened. Why is that narrative wrong?
That's just not true. First, we do not have any particular opinion whether UK should stay in Europe or leave it. It's a sovereign affair of United Kingdom and the rest of Europe, and Russia is not a player in this game. The second thing, well, sanctions are not because of British politics. Mostly it's the influence of United States and overall attitude of European governments towards events around Ukraine and in Ukraine. We believe it's a wrong attitude, it's a mistake, it's counterproductive, it brings losses to all parties in this game, but we do not believe that any political process in Europe is related to Russian sanctions.
There's been a little bit of discussion around our foreign ministry about a reset or a chance to have a different type of relationship with Russia now, and perhaps an intensified trading relationship.
Let's see how it goes. We are open, we are ready at any point in time. I'm personally co-chairing the Russian-British energy dialogue. It is frozen for a moment, but our President Putin will see the British Prime Minister now at the sites of the G20 forum in China, in Hangzhou, and hopefully they will agree to restore some of the things we missed for some time.
I've seen estimates that Russia's economy contracted by 3.7% in 2015.
That's correct.
There is an impact of sanctions, I think you would agree, but now it would seem that the discussion in mid-September in the EU will be for renewing sanctions on Russia. Does that disappoint you? And for how long realistically do you think this is going to be a factor in your
well, first about the effect of the sanctions. Our estimate, and this is supported by leading international economies, that out of 3.7% contraction, 0.5% is related to sanctions, and the rest is related to the oil prices falling from about $100 to $40 per barrel. So sanctions had an effect, but it was not the overwhelming thing in the overall economic trend in Russia. Again, sanctions are negative both for Russia and for those countries who introduced those sanctions. Continuing sanctions will also bring more negative effects to the global economy, and Russia is a part of this global economy. But most of the issues we have are our domestic issues, not sanctions. We know which structural reforms we should implement and continue. We know that we need to conduct fiscal consolidation, that we need to promote innovations and diversification of the Russian economy with or without sanctions.
And looking forward, presidential election in the US, once again, there is a narrative that President Putin would like Donald Trump to win. Is that right?
I think President Putin was very clear about that. He believes that Donald Trump is a strong man, but that doesn't mean that he supports his elections. We will work with any American president, since we believe that the United States is a big and very influencing global force, and we need to be in dialogue, we need to be in partnership, and hopefully any new American president, now the polls show that Hillary will win that, but we will work with any American president to restore the relation.
First Deputy Prime Minister, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.